Hi guys, welcome back to another video, or if you're new, welcome, hello. Please be sure to subscribe before you guys leave so you never miss a video. I upload 3 times a week. So today I wanted to do a cool emerald look. I feel like this is so in for winter. I've seen a lot of people doing emerald looks and I was really inspired by this shirt. You can see. I really loved it. So you can make this as dramatic or subtle as you want. You can put a little more brown or a little less green, whatever you want to do. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Let's do our Too Faced Born This Way in warm beige. I'm going to do this on my beauty blender. I need to get my eyelashes filled, so sorry they look so crazy. I don't know why they never last on me. It's barely been less than 2 weeks since I got them filled. I don't know if it's because I do like the volume lash where it's a flare and it's like a bigger lash, and then when it falls off there's like a huge gap missing. I don't know, but I need to like switch it up because I'm going every 2 weeks and they're still not lasting. So this looks so good. I love this foundation. I know I use it in every video, so sorry, but there's nothing better that's like full coverage and looks like skin. Okay, for concealer today, I'm going to actually use my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is an NC20. This is like one of my faves. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand because this comes out like a lot and you don't need that much. I'm going to take my matte concealer brush and we're going to apply this with a brush and then we'll blend it with our sponge. I haven't used this concealer in so long and it used to be the only thing I would wear for like years and years. I even wore it as a foundation. It's that good. You don't need a lot of it, but I like a lot. I've been doing this thing recently where it's like I'm like a raccoon or like a superhero and I do like my normal V and then I just come and go under my brow to like carve it out and then I just do my entire lid to prep it for my shadows. I'll show you one eye first and then I'll take my Fenty sponge, get some of the concealer from my hand, and then we'll just blend this out. For some reason, this one looks so natural, but it does cover a lot. See? So this looks super natural. So I'm going to do this on the other side. I just go along the sides of my nose, into the inner corner, out like a V shape, and then fill that all in. I just go up, make sure this is like super bright, carve my brows, and then do it on the lid to prep for shadows. Then make sure when you take your sponge, tap it on your hand and get the excess off, and then go in and blend. Just tap whatever's left on your sponge in the center of your face. It doesn't need to be as bright as your under eye, but you do want it to be brighter so it kind of all goes together. I'm going to take a little of my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my brush, like the smallest amount. And I'm just going to do it here in this little hollow because this is more of like the peachy tone. And I'm just tapping with my brush and then I'm taking my sponge and just blending this. Just for like a little extra coverage. If you don't have dark under eyes, you don't have to do this. But I need it as bright as I can be. For contour today, we're going to do the Fenty Matchsticks in the shade Truffle. These are super easy to use. Just carve it out. Then I'm going to take my beauty blender I did my foundation with and I'm going to pinch this and then I'm going to blend. I don't know what order I'm blending in today, but here we are. Guys, look at my new chain earring. I got this from Bobble Bar. It's everything. I'm going to blend the nose with a smaller brush. But in the meantime, I'm just going to blend the cheeks out. And I kind of press and go up to make sure that I'm not drooping it down lower. This Fenty Matchstick, I swear it blends so easy. And I love it for traveling because it's in a stick form, not a liquid, so it's not going to spill anywhere. I'm going to take my Morphe brush This is E62. And I'm just going to blend this out. Once I have it mostly blended out, I'll take my beauty blender and just stamp over this. Then I'm going to take my concealer sponge and I'm just going to stamp right up to the sides of that, just to make it a little more slim. I'm also going to take the matchstick and just do it under my bottom lip and on the sides to make the lip look a little more full. It's really easy to do with this stick. So you kind of look like you ate some chocolate. I blend it around with my lips. Then I take my beauty blender and just pounce over it. I'm going to set my entire face with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Luminous Powder. This is in the shade Carrots. I talked about this in my Holiday Glam video, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But these are all new and so worth it. This I'm just putting in the lid. I'm going to take my big Makeup Forever brush, swirl it around, and just press everywhere. This is going to give you such a luminous look, but so airbrushed at the same time. This looks so pretty. Next, we're going to take the Studio Fix in N4. This is my flat Morphe brush. And I'm just going to set my eyelids and underneath the eye. Next, we're going to take our bronzer, the MAC Gimme Sun. Same bronzer. We're going to take the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe bronzing brush. This is pretty fat. And we're just going to warm up the skin with this. Then you already know we're going to take the Cheek Leaders palette and we're going to use the shade Hula. We're going to take our slanted Smashbox brush and we're going to do this just in the back for a little contour. I love how this is slanted. It just like hugs the cheekbone. Then we're going to take our Jaclyn Flash palette. Look at this, please. Life-changing. We're going to take this with her brush. This is the J01. I'm going to mix all those shades together. And then I'm going to highlight. Look at this. Wow. We look a little shiny. We're going to take our blush in NARS Orgasm. I'm going to use that same slanted Smashbox brush. Take a little bit of this. And we're going to blend all that together. We're like super, super glowy right now. Then I'm going to take a little pop of the MAC Floor Power. I'm going to take my flat MAC blush blue. I'm going to take my flat MAC blush brush. Just grab this along the apples because I just want the apples to be a little more matte so it doesn't really show the pores. We look like a little clown low-key right now, so it's fine. We're going to blend. We're going to take the smallest amount of the Jaclyn Hill highlighter in Balm. This is her loose highlighter that's like super intense. I'm going to take a more precise brush. So this is the Morphe R36. We're just going to get a little bit of this in the lid. And just go right here. Just for a little pop. This is more gold. Then watch it all come together. We're going to take this Morphe brush. This is the E53. Take the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. We're going to get some of this. And we're just going to go over top of the cheeks. So all I do is press. I want to look glowy, but I want this all to be like blended and set in. So you kind of want to go over everything. Especially where you get shiny, like on the sides of the nose right here. Then lastly, we're going to clean up under the blush with the Charlotte Tilbury powder as well. We're going to take our flat Morphe sponge. And we just dust that away. And to contour our nose with the powder, we're going to just take the Hula again with this little fluffy MAC brush. And we're just going to go down the sides of the nose just a little to set what we did. Then I'm going to just run that through my crease so everything is cohesive. So basically, your crease should connect like this and come right down the nose. You can also use this to contour underneath your lip a little bit. Just give a little shadow here. Lastly, we'll take our MAC N4 again, and then we'll just stamp along the sides of the nose. Okay, our face is now done, so let's just take the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and set everything. Let that dry. I'm so happy with how the face looks, so let's move on to our brows. Of course, same old Anastasia Brow Definer in Soft Brown. You guys have seen me do my brows 100 times, so we're just gonna do our Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. Okay, our brows are done. So for the fun part, I'm using this palette again. I've been using this a lot recently. It's a Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. And I only am using this again is because I really wanted to use these two emerald shades here. I think I would prefer this one. I really just love like the shade of this shirt. Emeralds are super in for winter right now. I've seen a lot of people do emerald makeup looks. I really love it. I think it looks great with any eye shade. It looks great with blue eyes, green eyes, brown eyes, etc. So I want to go on with this. I do want to start with a more neutral brown transition shade. And I'm trying not to use my Dose Friendcation palette, even though you know it's like the best neutral of all time. So we're going to use this Morphe palette today. It's like a little beat up, well loved. This is the 35R. And this has a lot of great neutral brown tones. As you can see, half are matte, half have like a shimmer to them. So let's just go in with this here. This is a little on the warmer side, more than I like, but it's still neutral. I just want to lay down a little bit of the brown to like make the emerald pop and blend a little better. I feel like doing more dramatic looks are easier than basic looks because a lot of times it just requires doing like the same transitions, same highlights, but then going in with that huge pop on the lid. But this is a good neutral transition shade if you don't have the Dose palette. This palette is super affordable as well. This is more of like a clay toned, like, you know, it has that little warmth to it, but I don't know. I can't use the same Friendcation palette in every single vid, so here we are. It's like when you love something, you know? But I don't want to do the same look, so let's go in with this shade. This shade here is called Royal. This is like a super nice forest green. I'm going to take a little flat eyeshadow brush, and we're just going to pack that on. With this shade, make sure you tap off all the fallout, and I'm first going to place this just here on the lid. This is the exact color that I wanted. My mom used to have a couch this color. It was like velvet. So I'm just tapping because I don't want any fallout. So I'm pressing and just going up. I want to go all the way to the end of my eye. This is such a good color. Let's do that on the other side now. So we're going to take our little blending brush, take the smallest amount of this green, and just go over the crease. Make sure this is like super blended. It does take away a little bit of the pigment, but we're gonna layer another color on top as well. We just want this to be nice and blended and not have a hard line to our crease. So I'm kind of just going back and forth, but also a little bit of a circular motion. Now that we have that blended out, I'm going to take my little pencil brush with that same shade, and I'm gonna just extend it a little bit so it's a V shape. So this side, you can tell we blended it a little far this way. So we're just gonna grab it like this, like you would a winged liner, and pull that shade out. We are gonna clean up on the bottom as well. If you see, it's like a wing, and then you just wanna blend it up into this. Put one more layer of the same shade. This is the brush that we stamped our under eyes with. So you can take this and just kind of like clean up if you have any little fallout or if it goes too low for you. You can also do this with a concealer brush if you're doing your eyes first. Then we're going to take a skinnier, flatter brush, and we're going to take the shade Jubilee, I think it's called. It's this one. It's a little more teal and a little more shimmery, and we're just going to go right in the center. I believe I used this one in another video. I love this palette so much. So this one will be a little brighter. See how it gives a little bit of like a metallic moment? and it's a little lighter of the teal. So I just focus that in the center and then just blend it out. You can also take that crease brush again and just make sure that your crease is really blended. I should have did this as my holiday look. My holiday look was like not dramatic at all. It's like I have to be in a certain mood to do this look, you know? We're gonna take our little fluffy brush, that first shade we did our crease with, and we're gonna go underneath. And I'm kind of just like doing this here, like where my eyeball hits. Just get a little blend going. Now that we have a little bit of that brown tone, take your same pencil brush, take the last sparkly teal shade we just did, make sure you tap it off, and we're going to just drag this a little underneath. I'm trying to make it thin. Take this mini Morphe brush M508, and we're gonna take the shade Symbol. This is the navy color next to it. Take a little of that and just do that right up along the lash line. Take close to black. You just want a little dimension there. Take the fluffy brush with the brown shade and then just blend all of this out. You don't want it as dark or as dramatic or as harsh. So you just want to go back and forth. Now we just need to do our eyeliner. I'm going to use the Dose of Colors gel liner rather than my Feline Flick because this is a little more bold. This is in the shade Shady, and I'm going to use my MAC slanted eyeliner brush. So I just get a little bit out of the pot, and then I use my lid and kind of like tap it off and blend it to make sure it's evenly on the brush. I'm gonna do this pretty thin. Our look is super dramatic, so we don't really need a lot of eyeliner. So I'm just sliding this along the lash line. You could do anything you want. You could do a wing, you could make this thick, you can make this thin, it's up to you. Okay, now that we have the eyeliner done, I just lastly want to take the shade Cookie, the highlighter from our Cheek Leaders palette, and do this in the inner corner. You already know this is my fave. Just really brightens it up, and I feel like it pulls everything together. Then for our mascara, I'm going to use the MAC Extended Plate. I was trying to decide if I want to do a strip lash, but I kind of like the sparseness of the lashes because it allows you to see the eyeshadow. So, lastly, we have our lips and we're done. For my lip liner, today I want to try, this is the KKW lip liner in Nude 2.5. I tried the one with her and Mario and I really like that one, so I'm hoping I'll love this one too. Oh yeah, it's such a good brown. These are really creamy. I really like these. It allows you to draw where you want without getting caught on your lip. So this is our lip liner blended. Then we're going to take the Patrick Ta lip. This is the Silky lip cream in She's Independent. I love this so much. So I'm going to take a little of the Charlotte Tilbury. This is Nude Kate. I'm just going to do this in the center. It's like a pretty good nude lip, but it's not too light. And then lastly, we're gonna take the Patrick Ta She's Expensive gloss, and we're gonna set this just in the center as well. This one kind of reminds me of the Desi and Katie gloss, the one I always use. It's called Over the Top. I don't know if they sell this anymore, so this is a really good dupe. This is definitely less gold than this one. The gold kind of pops though and makes your lips look so juicy. Okay, this is my final look. I hope that you guys love this emerald look. I really, really love the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. You can do the most natural looks or the most dramatic. So this green is like super, super poppin'. It will look good on every eye color. So make sure you try it out. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.